Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm telling you 7 essential tips that new Uber drivers and Lyft drivers should know. So these are 7 things that I wish that I knew before I signed up to drive, and that's what we're gonna be talking about today. So please give the video a big thumbs up. It does help out the channel tremendously. And without further ado, let's get started. So the first tip that you should definitely do if you're a new driver, or if you haven't, or if you recently signed up, is sign up for an app called Solo. This is a business app for drivers. It's gonna help you track your expenses. For tax write-offs, it's gonna save you thousands of bucks. They have guaranteed pay, so every time you go out and drive, you're gonna make a guaranteed amount, and if you don't hit that amount, Solo's gonna cover the difference. So you'll never have to worry about going out and being like, oh, Dylan, I only made, 20 bucks. I drove 3 hours. Like, you're gonna go out and drive for 3 hours. And you're gonna make a solid amount of money because you have Solo. And you can sign up for free. They're gonna actually give you money just for signing up, $15 when you use our unique link. And yeah, I think the tax benefits is really good with Solo. They track your miles automatically, so you don't have to worry about it. And they say the average driver takes home 5,000 bucks more a year. Okay, that's tip number 1, and I'm not even doing that because we have a partnership with them. I'm literally just saying that because it's like a no-brainer. Every single person should use it. I use Solo, I really do. I'm not just, I'm walking the walk, not talking the talk. Okay, number 2, the second tip I think every driver should do is try to look into using a used car for Uber and Lyft. If you're driving a brand new car, the reason why I cringe when people use brand new cars is because of the depreciation you're gonna take, the hit, the wear and tear you're gonna put on a brand new car. If you're, if you sign a note for a $30,000 car, a brand new car, and you go and put on 80,000 miles on that car is now probably only gonna be worth like 10 or 15K. You just lost like, $15,000 to $20,000 in value, and that's a huge cost. And eventually you're gonna have to sell the car, or whatever, get a new car, trade it in, and you want to make sure you maintain the value. So what I recommend every single person is like, use an older car, like a car that's already beat up that you don't give a flying SH about. Like, buy a 2015 car for $8 grand on Craigslist, and go put on 80,000 miles in the car. The cars, might go from $8,000 to $6,000. You only lost $2 grand, rather than the guy who's driving a brand new Prius, that his car's, he just lost 20,000 in value. So, number 2. And we have videos on like tips for buying cars, but like, I always recommend use like a Ford, Hyundai, Chevy. Like, I mean, just use cars that are more like easy to maintain, like a Uber car, like a Toyota, or Camry, or a Ford Fusion. Like, this is a Ford Escape. Like, these are great cars that every mechanic knows how to fix easily. You know what I mean? You don't got to be a rocket scientist to fix a taillight on a Ford Fusion. So number 3, the third thing I would recommend for every single Uber and Lyft driver to do is figure out why you're driving. Set a goal, I guess. Because I think it's a no-brainer that everybody knows driving for Uber and Lyft is not a career. It's not a full-time, long-term career. It's usually like, okay, I need to drive for Uber and Lyft until X happens. I'm doing X, which is Uber, in order to achieve Y. You're doing this in order to do something else. That's typically what it is. It's very rare. I think maybe less than 2% of drivers are just driving Uber and Lyft, and they don't have any, second option. Like, that's all they're doing. So what I recommend is like, set a goal and achieve that goal, and then move on. Like, drive Uber and Lyft. Like, maybe you got into credit card debt, or maybe you have a medical bill you need to pay off, or your student loans. Maybe you have $20,000 in student loans, and you want to get rid of your student loan debt. I fully support you. Work your normal job, drive Uber and Lyft on the weekends, take all the cash you earn from driving Uber and Lyft, throw it at your debt, right? 20,000 bucks if you're driving, 20 hours a week. Probably make that in around a year. And after the end of the year, that 20,000 bucks you made, you no longer have student loan debt. okay, you want to still keep driving Uber and Lyft on the weekends, take that money, put it into a mutual fund or a savings account, high interest savings account. We have a partnership with Current down below, by the way. With Current, they pay you 4% APY, which is really high. You can put all your money there, watch your savings grow. Or maybe you want to save up for a down payment on a house, or you know, I probably wouldn't try to buy a new car because it is kind of counterintuitive, because you're like ruining a car. I mean, you can buy a car and then maybe pay it off driving for Uber and Lyft, but I don't know. It's kind of like counterproductive, because you're like essentially, you know, beating up a car in order to buy a new car. It's like you're kind of running a hill running upwards a hill, if that makes sense. So yeah, set a goal and achieve that goal and move on with your life. Do not be a long-term Uber driver. Don't do this thing for 5-6 years. Maybe do it for a year or two, 6 months, 3 months, drive the living heck out of your car and move on with your life. Okay, the next tip is set a schedule when you drive. And also, I guess within this is try your very best to drive mornings if you can. Mornings are gonna be the time where you're gonna make the most amount of money. You're gonna start your day off on a good positive note. Nobody wants to be mad in the morning. Everybody wants to start their day off on a positive note. Nobody's had anything really bad usually in their day yet. So everybody's typically in a good mood. And you know, I'm saying starting your day off at like 4 or 5 a.m. Wake up at 4 a.m., make yourself a cup of coffee, and turn your app on and wait until you get like a 45+ minute ride. Take that ride, sip your cup of coffee, drive your rider to the airport. Usually these are long airport rides in the mornings, and you make 50, 60, 70, 80 bucks in the morning. Passenger's probably gonna leave you a $10 tip for airport long rides, and the passenger's probably tired, so they don't want to talk. You don't have to talk, and right off the bat, you made like $100 before 6 a.m. I always recommend doing the mornings instead of like starting later, because you end up getting a bunch of little rides. And I think just driving in the morning, it's a lot safer. It's light out, unless you're driving at 3, 4 a.m. then it might still be dark. But like, it's way more chill, still cool out if you're in a hot area, and you make a lot more money. And then, by 10 a.m. rides start slowing down. Turn the app off and go back and drive in the evening again if you want. That's usually what I recommend. Now, obviously, if you have a day job, work the weekends, same thing. Wake up really early, who cares, Go to bed early the night before, 10 p.m., wake up at 5 a.m., that's still like 7 hours of sleep. Okay, the next one is seek out these services that pay drivers extra money. There's a lot of services that pay drivers more money just for using them. One of them is called Play Octopus. You've heard me talk about it. I have it set up right here. It's a little tablet you put. Your passengers can play games. You make up to $100 extra a month. Another one's called Rapify. They wrap your car up in ads. I talked to the, I don't think I talked to the CEO. Actually, you know what? I think I did talk to the CEO. I did talk to the CEO of Rapify. And he said a lot of their drivers are rideshare drivers, and they've never heard of any issues. So I don't know if it's technically allowed, but I know a lot of rideshare drivers use Rapify, and they make like $300 a month with this. And I think you gotta be you don't have to be in a bigger city, but it helps if you are, because they pay you based off of your like miles, high traffic miles. Like you get paid more if you're driving in downtown at noon than if you're driving in the middle of nowhere at 1 a.m., because people need to see the ads. What else? There's other apps. There's one called Strive FM and Stereo. They pay you to play music in your car. They have like playlists of songs that in my opinion are trash. They're from artists some of them are good, but they're like up and coming artists who, they need to get plays out. So they pay drivers to play them in your car, your rideshare drivers to listen to the songs, and you as a driver get paid a few cents every song. It adds up. I think drivers make like a lot of these things are like, you're gonna make like $100 extra a month. You're not gonna get rich off these things. Solo's another one, the guaranteed pay. They're gonna, you're gonna like do these things and add up. You could literally seriously make like an extra $1,000 a month if you do like all these things. And some drivers do. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones. There's one service, oh, you guys should all do this, Product Lab. This is a hidden one. It's a weird one, okay? They pay you to take a screenshot of your earnings each week. And they pay you, I believe it's like $7 each week. And it takes like 30 seconds. All you do is take a screenshot of your earnings app and upload it. And they have an app now. It's like called productlab.ai or something. Look it up in the App Store. Yeah, I don't know. We have all videos on like different apps that pay you. So check those out. Like GetUpside is a good one. Current is a good one. Yeah, I can't think of it. Oh, Survey Junkie is a good one. We have links. I'll put all links below. Maybe I'll make a list in the description of all the services that pay you more. Okay, this is another one. This is for people who drive long hours. Take breaks. Don't be afraid to take a 10 to 15 minute break every couple hours. For me, I take a break every hour because an hour or two. I don't drive more than 2 hours without taking a break. I mean, my body, I just know my body. After 2 hours, I'm drained. I need to go get Starbucks, go walk around, and take a break. That way my body's moving, because sitting in a car is not healthy. I know, big shocker. Sitting in a car for 8 hours straight is not healthy. So take proper breaks. Eat healthy. Don't eat fast food. Eat at home before you leave. Bring a snack. Eat when you get back. It's not that hard. You can have 3 meals like that if you just eat before you go. Bring a cooler, pack a sandwich, chips or whatever. I mean, maybe not potato chips, but like pretzels or something. And then just eat when you get home. Don't go to Chick-fil-A 3 times a day, like Chipotle, In-N-Out. These things are gonna make you feel sick and you're gonna get fat because you're sitting in your car all day. Okay, the last tip that I'm gonna tell you about is learn how to utilize multiple apps. So when you're out driving, if you're only using one platform, you're gonna have a lot of wait time. When I first started driving, I only signed up for Lyft. And in between rides, sometimes I was waiting 20, 30 minutes. Literally, I would take naps in between my rides because of how long the waits are. Now, if you're waiting, that's serious time you're not getting paid for. So learn how to use both apps, both Uber and Lyft. It's very simple. Just go online on both apps. As soon as you get a ride from one, go offline on the other one. And don't be afraid to do like Instacart. Don't be afraid to do food delivery, Uber Eats, DoorDash, This is a great way to minimize the time you're waiting so you can make money. And again, when you sign up for Solo, they're gonna make sure, that all those things. And when you do Solo, they actually have little shifts you can pick out for each app. But yeah, learn how to multi-app. It is really important that you're not waiting too much in between rides, because you only get paid when you're online or when you're, actually doing rides, not when you're waiting. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if I missed out on any tips, but yeah, those are my tips for drivers that I wish I knew before driving, and hopefully gave you some food for thought. Even if you've been driving for a while, let me know if I missed out on any or what you recommend for other drivers. Interact in the comments, respond to other people, leave a comment, and let's just have a helpful, healthy community here. So thanks for watching, guys. And again, the link below for Solo will have you sign up. They'll give you $15 when you link your account, and all the other apps will be down below as well. You guys are awesome. I'll talk to you soon.